Good night, fellow punters. The clock on the wall says 8 minutes past 11. Gulfstream is just over a few minutes ago, so I said I'd come on and do a quick video for tomorrow in the event that I may not have one tomorrow night, and I'm going to put up a couple in the description for Monday. Some people missed that last week, but there was 5 or 6 weeks there on Sundays that I didn't do a video. I just added a horse for the next day. So for fear you don't see one, check the description on Monday. If I may go to Oma tomorrow, and the match is late. It's 3:45. Normally those matches are at 2 o'clock unless they're under lights, but it's on TG Cahir, so they have the late time because it's a couple hours drive, more than a couple hours drive, and the roads are bad coming back in the dark when you have to stop for something to eat as well. Some racing today, power stuff altogether. John Bond getting beat, saved all the multiples. All the shorties nearly won, bar John Bond. Made a howler of a mistake. Probably went for home then too quick. If he had saved a bit of petrol, he might have won it. I hate to see the bookies holding on to money. Lossymouth was absolutely supreme. Absolutely brilliant today, but as expected. That's gone 8-11 now for the Mayor's Hurdle. Ashrow Diamond was very good. Was 7s this morning, then went 4s, and even after Lossymouth winning, went 3s, because they may be thinking maybe that they might run it in the Champion Hurdle, but I doubt it. They might wait and do that next year. It's only a 5-year-old. But you never know what to do. They got it right with Capodanno today. I was reading between the lines sort of last night, and it added up and came right. It was 7s last night, 13-2. A lot of money for it overnight. When you look at it like the way, it was only a head behind Jerry Colomb. As I was saying last night, if Jerry Colomb was in that race today, it would have been very short price favourite. We had our 2 bus horses, both let us down. They're the ones I don't mind losing on, because we have won on before, and we had won on King Victor twice. And look at the one that beat us, Artesian Dancer, and the different tactics today, and it drifted out to 4-1, and it won. Premier Beauty, I didn't see that race. I was at Mass this evening at 7 o'clock. It's the annual Mass for my deceased parents. One of them died the end of November, and the other one died early February. But we do have the Mass sort of towards the end of January. I missed it last year because I was in Fairy House. And if it was next week, I'd have missed it again because I'm going to Fairy House and staying in Dublin on Saturday night. So I missed that race and seen the result. And there was only 5 in it, so I don't know what happened. Paisley Park needed another 5 strides, and that would have been up. Just before 2 out, between 2 out and the last one, just hit that usual sort of I don't know, we call it a flat spot. I don't know what spot you'd call it, but a slow spot I'd call it. Was rallying up the hill. Just couldn't catch the former Grand National winner. Hitman, probably not as good as he was, and range for one try and 3 mile for the first time. I didn't think the tactics was sort of right. Why didn't he didn't fall out the back of the television, but he'll win a race. Probably he'll win a race over 2.6 and even go back to 2.5 or that. I wouldn't mind it. But it was a good class race. It was a good effort. Tonight then we had Gulfstream. We had Francesco Clemente. We always go back to the family home for tea, all the family, and have a chat. And I was watching that. I had great coverage tonight for the first time ever in that house, because they put up a new mast only about 3 or 4 miles away. So I had brilliant coverage. So I was watching that on the phone. The television was on with GA in it. Great night for the Ulster teams. 4 out of 5 won. 4 in a draw. For anyone that might have backed all the Ulster teams that were unlucky, Fermanagh was the one that drew. But Dublin and Kerry beaten by Derry and Monaghan. Both were outsiders. Francesco Clemente burst the speed. I knew the change of jockey would be a plus to that. And Rubinel finished third. That was 8th last night. Power of money for him, went off 7-2. Lost it in the first 50 yards. The horse that was in 3 came across in front to him. And he didn't get his place because the one in the 9 hole came over. Because Frankie wanted to get up there and he just couldn't. I'd love to have seen if he had got the lead where he should have, but he couldn't get out. He was the wrong side. Your man played puck altogether going across. The worst ride of the night actually was on Hijazi, Flavian Pratt. I knew we were in trouble when I heard him saying the half mile in 45 and change. Too fast for a mile. Way too fast. And then he went for home in the turn. No need. If he saved a small bit in the petrol, he was up. I made a big bet on that tonight, and I had the treble done, and the other 2 won. Francesco Clemente and Warmheart. What a bit of race riding by Ryan Moore. It was a bit like Augustin Rodan. Waited and the commentator said, which way will he go? There was no chance that Moore was going to go on the outside. If he did, he got bet. He held on, came up the rail, and they were rallying, but a great ride. And then I thought to be a burn up in speed. If Pratt rode, or if he rode the Hijazi like he rode National Treasure, I thought that would be wanting the lead, but he had manners in that race and let the other one do the donkey work. And then he had a bit to spare. If he had done that on the other one, we'd have landed our treble. I would, and I'd have had my big win bet. But anyway, we didn't do too bad. We won a few pounds. We finished up on the plus side today, which is not too bad on a Saturday. And great racing. So, a few newcomers on the bus. Henry Russell, Gordy Shore, David Mitchell, and Ben A. O'Brien. I didn't see him in a while. Met him at the bar last night on the bus. 2 for tomorrow. The staying chase there, 6 yards short of 3 mile. There's a young chaser there in it. He's only had two over fences. Finished 5th to Not Sure, first time out. Trained by Richard Hobson. And Gavin Sheehan is riding tomorrow. He rode him the last day. But he was 5th first time out and just nice and handy. But the last time I thought he was quite good for an inexperienced chaser. That's him in the blue and the white cap. We pick it up on the turn for home.
On the inside, Almazar Guard now just being pushed along. Some Scope in the purple colours has made considerable progress. Racing on the outside, 2 shots of Tequila switches off heels to follow that one. Then Shanty Alley caught at slips now 6th, and K Fernando last of the 7 as they turn in. Anti-Bridgie staying to the far side. Almazar Guard and Some Scope delivering challenges on the near side, and Some Scope has jumped through to take the lead on the approach towards the final ditch. 2 shots of Tequila also moving through the field, now moves into third behind, and for Richard Hobson, Rubicon Racing and Gavin Sheehan will cross the line in front. It is Some Scope who beats 2 shots at the kilo, stuck to the task well. Anti-Bridgie caught at slip, Shanty Alley, Almazar Guard and K Fernando.
Some Scope, second time over fences, puts in a good round of jumping, and impressed with how he travelled through the race. Made good progress from mid-pack to on the heels of the leaders as they were making the turn.
If you backed at that, you could go and have your 2 shots of tequila, although I hate the sight of it. I had it a couple of times. It was too tricky with the salt and the, was it lemons or the other stuff. That's a 2-to-1 shot tomorrow. 7-4, 15-8, 7-4. Bit of money for it, just 2s earlier on there. We go to Naas, the town of Naas. 2 miles 2.5, you could say. Well, we have a look at the price. No, we won't. We'll do what we're going to do first. The Arabian Money won the last time. Pride of Place was third and went off. It drifted that day. You wouldn't know what's the story with that. There's probably a race in it. Whether it's tomorrow or not is another thing. But I'm going on what I've seen. So we are going on Heliko Conti with our buddy Connor Stone Walsh. Now this has gone up to 118 from 116, and it was actually 112 went to second first time out after it left Liam Burke and went to Paul Nolan. It won a novice handicap hurdle of 106 in Wexford. That was over 2 miles. But the last day in a good class race in Leopardstown, we were on the winner, Music of Tara. Remember that good ride given by Rachel Blackmore? But if you consider it's actually running off 113 now tomorrow, with Conor Strowwalsh taking off the 5. Big strong horse. I'll have a look at it here. That is him in number 2 in the green.
So it's a winner for Henry de Bromhead and Rachel Blackmore. Music of Tara has come through to take the spoils, beating Heliko Conti and Politicise, who ran a big race, got to the front off the home turn, but could find no extra in the closing stages. Music of Tara.
I'm still looking at that and saying, how do we win that race? Because between coming around the turn for Rome, I thought Music of Tara was pure ghost altogether. But that Heliko Conti, back and trip might even suit better. It's back the furlong and a half, but it was outstayed big time. But it had his ears pricked jump in the last, and it sort of rallied again when the horse passed it out. It's 5-1 shot. Have an each way bet on it. It'll go out in the morning. Pride of Place, American Money. What's that Millstream lady? I just can't think of that right now. Oh yeah, second in Limerick. But the hill in back and trip and up the hill will suit that. 2 that sort of made the shortlist. There's a tricky one, Marie's Rock. It has £10 to spare and you wear it well. But you wear it well. It's her first time at 3 mile. You go throughout the last day when it ran on heavy ground. Good soft and will suit, and Jamie Snowden is in real good condition or in good form. That's where are we here? For anyone that really wanted a bet, maybe our buddy Caelan Quinn is out tomorrow as well, and he's on that Jurash. It's a 9-2 shot. Southern Sam has good form, all right, but Jurash, first time blinkers, back to a staying trip. The only time it ran at this distance, it won. When was that? That was in Plumpton. Well, it's just 3 miles 1. Jamie Moore, 127. It's actually, what? 122, £5. And Caelan Quinn taking off 3. And what happened to the last day? But it come back from a break. Although Southern Sam will be hard to beat. Anyway. Time to put this in the oven and get it out to you. So bash the bookies over and out.